So, I have 3 poems for you tonight. The first 2 are fairly short, the third one is longer. The first one is a philosophy, the second one is a homage, and the third one is not as easily described. So, here's the first one. Life is precious. We are not suspended in time, but we pass each other by without really looking. This is a crime. We should value what we share and share our differences, for they are what make us special. Okay, that's the first one. The second poem, it's a homage. I wrote it for a man named Ogba. Ogba and his family owned a convenience store that was down the road from me. And I've lived where I live for 6 years. And last month, Ogba had to close his convenience store. So given the spirit of this evening and the fact that this is a benefit for the community, I wanted to share some of the wisdom that Ogba imparted. So this poem is called The Wisdom of Og. He said, "Life is hard. Sometimes things happen that are not easy to go through, but we go through them all the same." He hands me a tissue and smiles. That's the second one. This third poem, this is the longest one. This is called Rubber. And rubber in this context is a comment on complacency. As public servants, we have steady incomes, we have benefits, and sometimes we forget that other people around us don't have these things. So this poem is called Rubber. I have become rubberized without even noticing. How did this happen? We rubberize our rubber lives so that we bounce back. Rubberize our rubber lies so that our rubber lies but never gets hurt. We are rubberized, glossed over, because too much thought is lumpy and fractures the pattern of our bouncing. Some may rubberize to keep themselves from screaming. Others seem to rubberize to keep themselves from dreaming, bouncing back into the status quo, back to bouncing to and fro. We rubberize ourselves and those around us as a public service free of charge. Protected on our rubber barge, we feel no punctures in our rubber-covered rubbish bin. Rubber versus rubber is silent, but passionate bouncing by way of announcing always works itself in. So take care of what you notice, because it's trying to begin. Rubber notwithstanding, sometimes silence is too thin. Rubber blocks out oxygen, which people need to breathe. So unless you like the squishy substance of this rubber tree as your only company, de-rubberize and resize, and you will find the prize of life is not lies, but the surface of all our conversations. Something that only speaks after it tries, but with a little encouragement, it flies. And before we rubberized, we flew too and knew it. Thank you.